So I'm here at the CF camp. I'm here with Agent Kai, or Kai Koenig as somebody knows. Hi Kai.
Hi, how are you?
We're doing fine. Thanks for enjoying the organizing the CF camp. I see there are a lot of people. You projected 120, but I see it's 160 and counting.
I think it's 166 or 167 as the latest count off this morning or something. Yeah.
Oh wow! So it actually grew from yesterday.
Yeah, Michi had a few last-minute bookings basically, and when he picked me up from the airport on Tuesday, he had actually bookings coming in on his phone while we were driving, which was really funny. Yeah.
So what do you like at the CF camp so far? What are the
Well, I mean, it just has started, right? So far everything's working well, I think, basically, more or less at least. You know, barring small catastrophes and stuff that happens.
As usual.
Yeah, as usual. But the talks have been good so far, I think. We're now in the second or third slot, so it's kind of hard to say, you know, how it all pans out. But you know, so far it's looking promising, and I think we have like an excellent lineup of speakers and you know, like sessions and content this year.
Great Lucy keynote, right?
Yep, that was interesting. You know, it's nice to see what they're planning for future versions and how they want to structure the Lucy organization. And then tomorrow, there's obviously going to be an Adobe keynote that will be interesting as well.
Yes.
Yep.
And what do you think? How's your talk going to go?
I think it's going to go well, I hope. It's going to be tomorrow about like, you know, moving to Linux as a development platform. And I think there is a lot of interest in doing that because people who are coming from a Mac, for example, from a Mac platform, are kind of getting more and more fed up with paying the prices and with like problems with Mac hardware. And then there are Windows people who want to try something else. So I think Linux is an interesting alternative. And what I'm going to show tomorrow is hopefully that it's not really hard to do that if you want to, if you keep a few things in mind. You know, you can obviously, a lot of people say like, if you go to Linux, you have a new hobby, right?
Oh, wow.
Because it's so difficult and involved. That doesn't have to be like that. You can go with very stable versions of Linux and very stable hardware, and you have an experience that just works as well as a Mac or Windows laptop.
So what are the first steps if somebody wants to do that? What do you suggest?
It really depends on everyone's
Buy a
situation.
Linux laptop, right?
Well, the first idea I would suggest is get a laptop from a company that officially supports Linux. If you get a random laptop, you will run into more issues than if you get a laptop from a company like Tuxedo, for example, or System 76 in the US, or there's an alternative company in the UK doing a similar thing. So if you get a hardware setup that is officially supported by Linux and that comes with a pre-set up Linux installation ideally, that's the best option to start. Okay. And then you can go from there basically and explore and try different things.
And for further, we're going to have to listen to Kai's talk, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have to come to know what are the next steps. Okay, so what do you think about CF Camp in general? Like this is the 7th or 8th year, correct?
It's the 10th.
10th.
It's the 10th
Yeah, counting
edition.
2008, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No, okay.
Well, it's good. I mean, it's the largest one, you know, that has happened so far. And every year it's growing, which is pretty interesting. You know, when you look at, you know, other events getting smaller and smaller, or like the, you know, people always talking about CF or ColdFusion dying and stuff like that. It's clearly not the case. And you see that in the US as well, with CF Summit, for example, growing, you know, larger every year in a nutshell.
I agree.
And it's a different market in the US, I guess. And CF Summit is a very different conference because it's run by Adobe, whereas CF Camp is more a community event and focuses a lot around technologies also supplementing CFML development.
I understand. Well, do you think the CF Camp has reached the expectations you guys had at the beginning? I mean, this year?
I think so, yeah. I mean, Michi is obviously the main organizer, but from a program committee point of view and from a point of view of putting together content for the conference, I'm totally happy with what we did. And I have some ideas what we want to, you know, improve on for next year, obviously.
That was my next question. You guys already started planning for the next year. I'm guessing you already have some notes.
Yeah,
so share some, or keep
I can't really say much about general organization, right? And like stuff what Michi wants to do from a venue point of view, from a when it's going to happen point of view and stuff like that. But from a program point of view, I want to increase diversity further. We made a start this year by actually having about a quarter of the speakers being women or people with a diversity background. And I want eventually get to at least half of the speakers in the session, right? But that's a process that will take multiple years and multiple iterations to get there. And I believe quite firmly in being open and transparent with your call for papers, basically telling people what you offer and what you can do as a conference for them. That's a good way of doing that. And I mean, this year we started with having an anonymized selection process, so we only looked at the titles and at the abstracts of the submitted topics. And basically as a team ranked them and rated them with scores. And then after that was done, we looked at who actually was the submitter to limit the bias that goes into any selection process, right? And I mean, that has led as an initial selection to like a quarter of people basically being non-white males, right? And that's a good first step. And from my experience with other events, usually that sets off a process like a positive spiral, basically, right? Like, so now people have seen that we have, speakers who are, maybe from underrepresented groups. So it will motivate other people to apply to talk next year. And it will probably, or hopefully, result in our audience transforming as well, attracting more people who are not the traditional IT background, like, white guys, essentially.
Yeah.
So we just want to kick that process off and hopefully get to a point where we have a more diverse crowd among the speakers and among the attendees at some point.
Great. Well, it was nice talking to you, Kai. A lot of useful info. And there you go, guys and girls, and whichever you feel like. If you want to come to the CF camp, just apply. Don't matter what your background is, you'll probably get selected if you have something interesting to talk about. Thanks, Kai. I'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.